A pranam to all of you. Pranam to my Guru. So I'll start with the formal pranam to the Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Prayer to the Guru. We'll get into this subject. And the subject is I walk into the sunset with my elegance and dignity intact. So, what is this all about? This is about handling life in general. It's not just old age, handling life in general. Many people think it is old age, and it's not old age, it's age. And we'll look into the subject, and it is the extract is from the Upanishad and the Gita. That's what the extract is from. That's where the subject is from. There are certain realities that one has to face. And being alive to those realities makes one a wise person. So when you're alive to realities and if you're wise, they give you a nice name. That name is called Brahmana. Brahmana doesn't mean one who's wearing the jenu or the thread. Brahmana is one who is alive to realities. So there is a mantra from the Mundaka Upanishad, 4 lines. It says, Parikshya lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedam ayat nasti akrita kritena tad vijnanartham gurumevabhi gachet samitpani tam shrotriyam brahmanishtam. And it's a Mahavakya. And the problem with much of these Mahavakyas, it's not a problem with the Mahavakya, it's a problem with the poor translation of these Mahavakyas, which started in late 19th century. See, Mahavakya, how do you translate it? Vakya means statement. Maha, big. No, it doesn't seem to fit the bill. So they looked at various adjectives and arrived at an adjective. Profound statement, which left me as wise as I was before. I don't understand what a profound statement means. It only what astounds me, but doesn't give me any value addition in terms of understanding. So much later, when I met my Guruji and when I went through the Vedic course, Swamiji taught it in very, very simple words. He said statements that reveal certain realities to you. That's all, full stop. The sun rises in the east is a statement, but actually does not rise or set. That is a Mahavakya. It makes you alive to certain realities. You see the sun rise and set, but it actually doesn't neither rises nor sets. It's an awareness to a certain reality, aliveness to a certain reality. The light is on the moon and not off the moon is an aliveness to a reality. That is a Mahavakya. So in the same way, Brahmanaha, the wise man, the mindful person, the thinking person, Pariksha lokan karmachitan. Pariksha, examined, analyzed. Lokan, the outcome of karmachitan. The experiences, the outcomes of the experiences that I've had in the kind of living that I have been following. So what's my pursuit in life? People who are familiar with Abraham Maslow's chart, I look for basic needs, and then I look for security needs, and I look for love needs, esteem needs, and finally self-actualization needs. This is what I look for. So my pursuit of the first 3 levels of security, of basics, of emotion, of esteem. These four are classified under, in our Vedic tradition, are classified under two words: Artha, Kama. Artha is material well-being. Kama is entertainment, security, and emotional well-being. All my pursuit is towards Artha, Kama. There is an independent pursuit called Dharma. And when I talk about Dharma, it's invariably again suffers from a poor translation as religion or religious values or something like that. Dharma is quite simply what is appropriate according to a certain situation. If you're driving in India, if you're driving in, I want to give India as an example. If you're driving in the United Kingdom, you drive on the left side of the road. So it's appropriate to drive on the left side of the road. If you're driving in Americas, you drive on the right side of the road. That's appropriate. So dharma is one, samanya dharma, invariable across all actions. One is vishesha dharma, appropriate to the situation. They say in England they drive on the left side, in America they drive on the right side, and in India you drive wherever there is a sign and a road. So, so that's what they say. Well, I'm not making fun of India. India has its unique way of life. It's a unique country in itself. And that's where Vedic teaching is also real. So dharma, artha, kama, dharma. Meaning, if you can put it in simple English, material prosperity, security, and a sense of ethical well-being. Dharma. This is what I pursue. Pariksha Lokan, from my experiences, from the outcome of all my experiences, I realize that my search for artha, kama, and ethical well-being is not really what I am looking for. Akritaha kritena. By doing all this and by the outcomes that I get, I still feel that I have not achieved them all. I remain an inadequate person inside. And the Brahmana, the wise man, having analyzed these experiences, having analyzed the whole thing, his life till date, comes to understand that I do not have a clear goal in mind. Is Artha Kama my goal? Is it only to make money and then die with or without leaving a will, and then the children fight over it for the rest of the next 40, 50 years till their great grandchildren come? Is it what my goal is? Is that what I want? And to know what is it that you want in life, tat vijnanartham, to know what is it that you want out of life, gurum eva abhigachet. You seek out a person who has the answers. That person is called a guru. Gurum eva, it's an accusative case. So, sir, gurum eva abhigachet. He moves or he seeks out a person who knows all the answers. And how do you know he has and what is the qualification of the way? I'm not going to look for the guru's biodata, but what is the qualification of the guru? Tam Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. He knows the Shastras. That's why he is a Shrotriya. And he is a Brahmanishta because he is abiding at what the Shastra reveals. Abiding in the Shastras. Abiding in the teaching. Okay, so what does the Shastra teach? This is a question you and I should ask. Now, we use various means of knowledge to gather information. Like I use pratyaksha pramana. I use perception-based knowledge. Then I used Anumana pramana, inferential knowledge. Inferential means to gain knowledge. So, pratyaksha pramana, inferential pramana. By using these means of knowledge, I am not able to arrive at what is my goal. What is it that I am seeking in life? If we look at the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, Arjun comes and tells Krishna, hey Krishna, for the kind of proficiency I have, for the kind of competency I have, for the kind of weapons I have, I can not only win Indraprastha, I can win Swargaloka and Narakaloka as well. I can win all the three lokas. But even after winning all the three lokas, I am going to remain a small, inadequate person. So, please let me know, please teach me, how do I get out of this smallness? Karpanya dosho pahatasvabhavaha prachhamitvam dharma sammoda chetaha shishyaste aham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Shadhimam, teach me, unfold to me, why do I feel small? I go about and do a lot of things. I get a lot of receipts. I am achievement oriented. The whole world tells me, go ahead and achieve. Sky is the limit for your achievement. But at the end of the day, even after all the achievement, this is what Steve Jobs said, He said, one day I woke up with so many tubes out of my system and blinking lights. And I realized that all the billions I made can't save my life. Pariksha lokan karma chitan, in the ICU of an hospital. So, all my achievements, all my wealth, all my power doesn't get me what I really want in life. And what I want in life has to be discovered. Suppose I tell you it won't work. That's why Pariksha lokan. Having discovered that in spite of all my achievements, I am going to remain an inadequate person, I seek out answers from a person who knows. And such Mahatmas have been in our system all along. That's why they said, Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Kuru Paramparam. Sri Adyar here, who's like my Periyappa here, and I call him Periyappa. we found a Mahatma in Swami Dayananda Saraswati. And he made it like that for us. And when I understood it, he smiled. He said, looks like you got it. And then his student, Swami Atma Triptananda, both have attained Samadhi. They made it. So, there are people available from Sadashiva, Vyasa. So many. If you look at the Vishnu Sahasranamam, Vyasam Vasishta Naptaram Shakti Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmatam Mande Sukatatam Nuponidhim Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya. It goes down from Vyasa right up to my teacher, an unbroken tradition. So thus such a person is called a guru. Guru because he has answers to questions which are not readily available. The questions are not answered like by just giving me words. They are answered in such a way so I have an insightful understanding of my own self. And that is available only with a person who has gone through the Shastras. So he is called a Shrotriya. Brahmanishta because he is well established. He knows how to handle any challenge that he can, the vicissitudes of life throw up to you. And not only he knows how to handle the challenge, He empowers you to handle these challenges. He is also a Shrotriya because he not only knows the Shastras, he also knows how to employ the words in the Shastras. Mahavakya is not a profound statement. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Anantam is not bliss. You don't know so many things, you know now bliss, you don't know now bliss also. Anantam is that which does not have an end, limitless. He knows how to employ words so that they create an insightful understanding in the student. So this is our tradition. And how do you approach the tradition? Samit Pani. Samit Pani is, you carry firewood for writing the daily Agni. That means you take the basics that you require to remain alive. Even today, we have a tradition. Swami Dayananda Ashram provides you boarding, lodging, medical, everything free. Even today, the ashram provides. So, you go only with the basics and with what is called Shraddha and Bhakti. Shraddha is beautifully defined somewhere. Shraddha is Guru Vakyeshu, Shastra Vakyeshu, Vishwasaha. Yeah, I studied law, I studied accountancy. And when I walked into the accountancy class and first time somebody walked in, as a small looking person, do I ever doubt that he knows accountancy? We take it for granted. A certain Shraddha is there. So when I go and sit in front of the Guru and he says, Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, I have the Shraddha that he is going to answer my questions. So with this background, level 1, let's go to level 2. Let's see what the superstructure is. For me to know my reality in life, there is an infrastructure. See, suppose I had a thirst to know and there was no infrastructure, there would be a defect in the system. So for me to know what I really want in life, there is an infrastructure. That infrastructure is the teaching tradition. And in that teaching tradition, there is a process. They say you go through a 3-step process. It is called Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. You listen unconditionally. Listen, Shravanam. If you have sat in front of Swamiji and Swamiji say, look at me when I am teaching, don't write notes. He'll say, look into my eyes. Let me look into your eyes when I'm teaching you. That's why with due respect, when somebody said, do you want slides? I said, no, I don't want slides because they help others slide. They don't really, I don't know whether knowledge takes. Okay, especially there is something called PowerPoint. There is neither power nor point in it. And it has become like a crutch for people who otherwise cannot teach. Sorry, no disrespect to that product. An amazing product. Okay. So, Shravana. And what you listen, you reflect. Mananam. So, Shravanam takes care of one set of problems. Mananam resolves your doubts. Nididhyasanam takes place of Ajnana Nivritti. Your doubt about your goals, your achieve what you really want to achieve in life are resolved insightfully and they become your knowledge. So this is the infrastructure. So this infrastructure presents certain realities without exception to all of us. Okay, it says, your pursuit of Artha Kama centers around 4 things, just 4. My individuality, it is called Ahankara, Aham. Okay. Then what I own, Mamakara, mine. Aham, Mama. See, there's an earthquake and $100 million building comes down. You're not bothered. No skin off your nose. There's a small water logging in Bangalore and your car is parked in the basement, a BMW, and it's flooded. Oh my God, all the skin comes off your nose. See, Mama Kara, you are bothered about your problems, not about the problem. There is some bombing somewhere, you don't bother. My problem. So, Ahankara, Mamakara, 2. Then comes my family, my possessions, my position. So it is called Pancha Anatma. My pursuit is around Pancha Anatma. Hey, why do I use the word Anatma? I'll come. Pancha Anatma. Pursuit of Pancha Anatma. Individuality, me, Ahankara, Mamakara, my family, my position, my possession, my position. Why is it called Anatma? It is called Anatma because it comes with some defects. My body, my family, my position, my profession, all of them come with certain inbuilt defects. Like they say, beware of the fine print. It taketh away what the bold print gives. They give you, insurance policy, health insurance, everything covered, subject to conditions apply. What is the condition? If you have a policy for 60 lakhs, your expense of 30 lakhs, you will get back 30,000. Hey, no reflection. The conditions apply. So what are the defects? Inbuilt defects. The inbuilt defects are Sukha Dukha Mishra Tattvam. It will have a mixture of pain and pleasure. Sukha Dukha Mishra Tattvam. Then Atripti Karam. It will never give you 100% satisfaction. Third, Bandakam, binding. Hey, suppose Lord Mahavishnu came and said, hey, come on, all of you 15 people, I'm going to take you to Vaikuntha today. Would you like to come? Go away straight away with him. You will say, Mahalakshmi, Mahavishnu, please let me put it on Facebook and in the social media that I'm coming to Vaikuntha with you. Let me at least file my income tax return 30th October. Is gone now. Already 7th October. 7th November now. So I can't leave it like that. So it comes with these threefold defects. And it is finite. So reality number 1. What is finite cannot give you the infinite. What are you looking for? I am looking for a certain adequacy. With or without objects, I want to be an adequate being. I want to be together as a person. That's what I'm looking for. But I always find myself inadequate. And the artha kama that I pursue cannot give me that adequacy. Akritaha kritena nasti. That adequacy that I am looking for will not come from pursuit of artha kama dharma. Somebody asked recently, an industrialist, the Ratan, the gem among industrialists recently passed away. They asked him, what gave you maximum satisfaction? He said, yeah, as an engineer, I did a lot of things. I acquired foreign companies. All that gave me satisfaction. You know what gave him maximum satisfaction? When he could buy 100 wheelchairs for children who were mobility challenged. And when he watched them prance about on their wheelchairs, joyfully, in their abundance and in their abandon, he said, that's when I felt full. So, by acquiring, by owning, by possession, I do get some benefits, but doesn't give me what I really seek. Reality, I face. So now when Arjuna asked, then why do I seek at all? Can I not go away somewhere? Rather than fight and win and things like that, I would like to become a bhikshu. I would like to become a monk and go sit down in the Himalayas, already crowded Himalayas. Krishna gives him an answer. He says, what you want to do is akirti karam. Anaryajishtam. It is unbecoming of you. Reality number 2. What is the reality there? When I have an individuality, when I have a mamakara, when I have a family, I have possession, and whatever, all those 5 things around me. There is no escape from playing roles. Every role has a script. Every role has a script. The beauty about this script is not everything is written. For instance, we understand it very well. I'm sure all of you have filled up forms. All of you have filled up forms. Let's say you're going to bank and open an account online. Your name. Hey, you can't put your full name. Suppose your name is Pundarikaksha Panchapakesha Ganapati Subramaniam. No space, only 16 letters. Somewhere you have to truncate. Okay, so your name itself is truncated. You're all cut to size in the name itself. Okay, so you put in your name. What do you say? You say PP something, Pundarikaksha, and then Ganapati, it'll only say GANA. It happened, one of my friends, and he was in the US for some time, and introduced a lot of friends to me. He said, have you met Dr. Injambakam? I said, what, Dr. Injambakam? Injambakam is a place in Chennai, man. How do you have Dr. Injambakam? So this man was asked to write his full name. So he wrote Injambakam, Chidambaram, Ganeshan. So the computer made it as Chidambaram, Ganeshan, Injambakam surname. So he's called Injambakam and his friends call him Inji. Inji in Tamil means ginger. So imagine Ganesha became ginger. They also same thing. There was Injambakam was followed in the queue by a Chinese. His name was also Ganapati Subramaniam. Injambakam. They asked him, how did you get this name? He said, just after this fellow, I was in the queue in the American system, and they asked me, what's your name? He said, same thing. And they put the same name there. Same thing. So you cut to size in the name. Then you put gender, male. The moment you put male, one set of default cells will open. You put female, another set of default cells will open. You put neither or other, one more set of default cells will open. Married, one more default set. Unmarried, another set. Divorced, another set. So with every choice that you make, the script gets redefined, rewritten. So you write your own script. And the script has, just imagine a script. The script has to have twists. It is a plot, it has to have twists. And when there is a twist, there is always outcomes, pleasant and unpleasant outcome. So life lived playing roles cannot be free from pleasant and unpleasant outcomes. Reality number 2. Reality number 1, the world does not give you permanent peace, security, happiness. Playing roles give you both pleasure and pain. The one who learns to live one who understands this, Parikshya Lokan, is a Brahmana. And what does he get? Nirvedamayat. Nirvedamayat means he understands the defect properly. Nirvedamayat. He has Vairagya. He knows how the whole thing works. He understands the design philosophy. He understands the whole thing well. Brahmana, Nirvedamayat, and then the Guru unfolds. So now we come to further reality. Structure number 3. Let's go to level 3. This body, mind, sense complex has a certain built-in feature. Okay? Nobody can escape it. It has got 6 features. Okay, in Sanskrit it is called Asti, Jayate, Viparinamate. Asti, Jayate, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate vinashyati. Whoever you are, asti, it occupies a certain space, manifest or unmanifest. Jayate, if it is unmanifest, it manifests itself. Jayate, born. Vardate, it grows. Viparinamate, it changes. Apakshiyate, it starts decaying. After 40, I can't see properly. The first gray hairs start appearing here. Signs of slow decay. So, viparinamate, then what? Apakshiyate, yeah, vardate, yeah, asti, jayate, vardate, apakshiyate. Then what happens? Then it's completely gets disintegrated. Vinashyati. It goes back, it decomposes, disintegrates. This is the nature of the body. So, like it or not, each one of these here is going to grow in age. There is no permanent youth. That's why they say you look very young. They're implying that you're no longer young. That's why I never tell people, especially women, they like to be told you look beautiful. Yeah, yeah, that is yeah. Uh, uh, you are going to grow old. I mean, I will not say grow old. There is going to be a growth. Asti, jayate, vardate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, vinashyati. It is going to happen. There is an unmanifest condition. We'll be born. It'll grow. It'll modify itself. It'll decay. It'll die. There is no change. This is a reality. This is the reality of this system. This is the reality of the system. I am going to interact with the world. I am going to interact with the world which has its inbuilt system, anatma. What is the nature of anatma? It can go away from me without notice anytime. Anytime, seconds. Seconds. You just leave it like, you open your eyes, it's gone. People who do, that is anatma. Anatma is that which does not have permanent existence. It's anatma. So this being the reality, how do I live in this? So that is intelligent living. And Vedas talk about living intelligently. One cannot wish away this old aging body. One cannot wish away or dismiss the changing realities around me. You cannot wish them away. You can't run away from them. Then what is the option? Live smartly, live objectively. The whole world, the objects in the world are meant for me to emotionally grow. So, emotionally use and grow. We all know use and throw. I would say emotionally use and grow. Now, what is emotional growth? See, physically you will grow. You will grow whether you like it or not. Even a buffalo grows. Yeah, I don't have to worry. It's not a bad animal. It's a good animal. Lives a good life. So it grows anyway. But emotional growth has to be initiated. One has to initiate emotional growth. And how do I grow emotionally? There is a formula which I'm going to share with you. It is called port reduction. P-O-R-T reduction. What is P-O-R-T? Possessions. O stands for obligations. R stands for relationships. T stands for transaction. So as I grow in age, as I occupy different statures and statuses in life, I gently withdraw myself from possessions. I gently, and because possessions bring in obligations, when I withdraw myself from possessions, obligations go away. I don't withdraw myself from relationships. Please understand something. A lot of people say, I withdraw myself from relationship. Hey, you don't stop talking to your son. You talk even more, but you talk sense. Okay? You don't try to control life. You don't, in Bengali, we have a beautiful word, boktita. Boktita means telling, talk down from the top. You should do this. During my youth, I used to get Coca-Cola for 25 paise. Go back time, you can't get it even now. I can tell people. A Coca-Cola, one bottle I used to get for 25 paise. The children are bored. So, relationships is, when you say port reduction, you relate differently. How do you relate? You watch and enjoy the person grow. It's like kite flying. You know something? The kite is fun only when it flies up there. There is no fun in the holding on to the kite. But there is a string attached. A gentle tug of the string, the kite changes direction. What is the string that attaches you to your relationship? If your relationship is made of thick rope, then the kite won't even take off. What are those thick ropes? Judgmental. I lived like this, you should live like this. I believe in this, you should believe in this. They are ropes, they are not strings. What are the strings? Guru. You have buddhi, you have shakti. I have successfully been able to give you education. You have got the advantage of standing on my shoulders. Grow. But while growing, keep only one. Sky is the limit to your achievement. But only keep this in mind. Be aligned to what is proper when you grow. Hey, you watch the kite rise. So when it comes to relationships, from control, I become a contributor. And when I from control, I become a contributor, my transactions become also contributing. You are no longer going into the ATM to withdraw money. You are only going there to deposit money. What's the deposit? Hey, good luck, best wishes, all the best. You become a contributor. My job. There are so many roles, small roles I play. Okay, so then whenever you play a role, there will be good outcome, there will be an unpleasant outcome. There will be pleasant and unpleasant outcomes. You think you have put a heart and soul into some project. At some point of time, I love this lovely example. You should go to Bombay and travel by electric trains there. Koni marna, and especially second class compartments, they'll elbow you in the ribs. You should get one or two elbows in the ribs. That will make you a fit person physically, and also you'll know how to intelligently travel by train. So when you invest so much emotionally into some platform, there is a jhatka. The jhatka makes you feel. Now, who is an intelligent person? Who is a person who handles his relationships and transactions well? I'm not going to give you a false bravado. No, I am not affected. I'm honest. I tell you, I am affected. I feel bad about it. But I'm going to use one more, acronym. So I told you port. I'm going to give you the second acronym. It's called FIR. When the emotional disturbances come, I check the frequency, I check the intensity, I check the recovery time. So port reduction, FIR management, I am objective. I know how to handle my positions. I know how to handle my possessions. I know how to handle the obligations. More importantly, I know when to let go. Why does a balanced person can be disturbed? Because there is a problem with port management and FIR management. Somewhere the circuit is not working properly. Perhaps one should consult the Guru once again. Guru is not a one time that you give him capitation fee and get out. Guru is a person with whom you are constantly in touch. Nididhyasanam, I talk to my Guru all the time. I am in touch with the Guru all the time. See, anybody can just get disturbed for the simple reason because this is a human vulnerable body mind sense complex. Anybody can be disturbed, but how long do I remain disturbed? How long do I hang on to people? How long am I going to make use of people as crutches? Yeah, I may use it for half a day. I mean, sometimes if I find it difficult to walk, I use a walker. The second acronym is FIR, frequency of emotional disturbances, intensity of emotional disturbances, recovery time from emotional disturbance. If my port and FIR qualifications are fine, nirvedam ayat. And the guru teaches me this, how to handle your port, how to handle your FIR. I will grow physically. A lot of people say age is a number, age is a number. I can't go out and play football now. It's a number, all right, but it has to be aligned with reality. Age is a number. Can I go and play cricket now? I may come up with a bump in the head. So age is a number, all right. Age is a number, all right, so that you don't give up here. Because the biggest problem when age is not a number, when you give up here is nobody cares for me. This is a problem. Nobody cares for me. One needs nirveda mayat. Everybody has cares. Okay, please understand. Especially the senior citizens have a problem these days. My children don't care for me. In fact, the children care even more. But the way they manifest it is different. Try. Switch off your phone for 24 hours. Anybody who has children, grandchildren, do something. Please switch off your phone for 24 hours. There'll be desperate calls to neighbors. Please check how my parents are. Try it one day. Go offline. I was offline from 9:30 on Thursday to 7:30 same evening. There must have been about 200 people searching for me all over the world. People care, but the care is shown differently. The care is shown differently. See, a cat picks up its kitten and cares for it till its eyes open. Whereas a tortoise lays the egg and swims away, tells the dog it's fend for yourself. Each one cares differently. It is not that they don't care. So this problem, nobody cares for me. Nobody talks to me. Why don't they talk to you? Because you don't have a subject. What's your subject? Hey, during our days, we were so obedient to our parents. Hey, who wants to listen to all this? You have some pet fetishes and you hold on to it. Hey, why don't you have objectivity? So along with age comes a certain emotional maturity. Yeah, I'll answer that question. When you die, when you're dead and gone, how does it matter to you? How does it matter to you anyway? See, what happened is in the Reserve Bank of India about 30 years ago, we were debating on whether pension was good or contributory provident for good. One fellow told me that, see, if you die, you will get more. I said, well, if you're dead and gone, what does it matter? What do you get? It doesn't even matter if I am thrown to the birds or buried or burnt. It's others' problem, not mine. This is called Nirveda Mayat. If I am dead and gone, please understand the system provides for somebody putting me in an ice box and informing people concerned. Hey, why don't you leave a legal document somewhere? On your computer screen, have a document, an open document to be opened in case of an emergency. List out some numbers there. List out some numbers there. Said in case of an emergency, call so and so. I have put it in mind. Yeah, you can switch off the phone once for a while. That's okay. We'll discuss this separately. Okay. Now, so where was I? Yeah. So therefore, along with the growing age, one needs to grow in maturity. When I say I grow in maturity to let others live the life that they want. If I have guided people properly, they will live their life properly. There is a karma which unfolds. You will take care of them. See, your job is to just check whether the values are right. And even if the values are here and there, there's no need to lecture. More importantly, important to take care of one physical fitness as we grow. What is this physical fitness? Hey, when I was 40, I used to run 40 kilometers. At 80, if you can run 400 meters, it's a great thing. So don't go for a morning walk and disappear. Like one fellow disappeared and he was found in the Adyar estuary. Don't create anxiety for others. Okay, there was a fellow who a doctor told him, run 3 kilometers every day and call me after 30 days. So he called him after 30 days. And he said, can you come and see me now? He said, how can I come? I'm 90 kilometers away. When you read 3 kilometers, it also means come back. 3 kilometers should take coming back as well. So when you grow, let me understand physical limitations. Please understand physical. As long as you're able to have your own bath, it's a great thing, okay? As long as somebody doesn't have to give me a bath. Somebody has to escort me to the washroom. Somebody has to give me a toothpaste to brush. Somebody has to give me a shaver for me men folk. Somebody has to cut my hair. Somebody has to feed me. More importantly, I would like to apply tilak myself. I would like to apply vibhuti. I would like to put my 2 hands in prayers to Ishvara or to anybody and say namaste. As long as I am physically fit enough, it is abundance. I am blessed. Apart from letting people be free, let me be physically fit enough not to bother others. More importantly, let me also learn to manage my economic affairs. This is not the time for fresh investment. Somebody called me the other day. Sir, I have a scheme. I said, what scheme? For the next 20 years, if you put 1,20,000, I said, in my 95th year, how does it help me? They say you can give it to your grandchild. I said, I don't want to give it to anybody. I'm happy what I'm doing. So if you earn so much, this is an economic, we will discuss some other platform, how much you should keep in a savings account, how much you should keep in an FD, and what are the expenses you should be able to take up. This is not the time to be a kripana. Kripana means a kanjus, miser. There's a beautiful Hindi word, makki chus, who won't spend on himself. In Tamil, they call it kanja pishinari, one who won't spend on himself. Learn to spend some part of your money on yourself. If you want a new iPhone, go get it. If i16 costs you 1,20,000, no big deal. Why don't you go get it? Use it for 3 days. Never mind. So, living life, not holding on to things, physical management, economic management, relationship management. Come to the 4th thing, spiritual management. A lot of people, I don't know, if you talk to any Hindu, when you say moksha, they will look skywards. Moksha. Hey, what is the skywards? Moksha? I go up into the sky? Let me give you a scenario, okay? You go to moksha means going to some loka, Vaikuntha loka, Mahavishnu's loka. So Mahalakshmi is seated, you are also seated in front of Mahavishnu. Let's say you are given the 10th row. And you find somebody, the local MLA sitting in the 2nd row. What's your thought? How did this crook come and sit in the 2nd row when I am a good man? I sit in the 10th row. That's what how did Donald Trump, Harris, that's what your thought will be even in Vaikuntha Loka. Because the body is going, the mind is the same mind that's going. You'll still be bothered about, I'm sure if you go to Vaikuntha Loka, you will say, no tower. What is the Wi-Fi connection, Vishnu? What is your password? That's what we'll ask for. The same old mind goes there. So moksha is not going anywhere. Moksha is not coming from anywhere. Moksha is freedom from the inadequacy that I'm imposed on myself. Moksha is freedom from a well assimilated, ascertained belief that minus all these objects, I cannot be happy. I need to hold on to something for being happy. Strictly speaking, you have to let go to be happy. Moksha is freedom from this notion. Freedom is not going anywhere. No, moksha is not going anywhere, not coming anywhere. Moksha is, it is essentially, I can't but quote my Guruji, Swami Dayanand. It is adequate space between your ears. The problem is the space is jammed my useless files there. You know what are the files? Old images, old beliefs, old pictures, old thoughts, old, what do you call, things which you cannot give up. Delete all these files. Delete all these files. Some people are so interested in knowing, what was I, what did I do in this age, that is, where is it going to take you? All these files need to be deleted so that you have adequate space between both these ears, inner leisure to look at the world objectively. When you look at the world objectively, the past doesn't have any meaning. Hey, let's say I committed a grave mistake yesterday. Let's say last week I committed a grave mistake. By holding on to the mistake, are you going to gain anything? By holding on to the mistake and being judgmental on me, are you going to gain anything? No. You can't change anything. Even if Krishna came, he can't change my past. He can't change his own past. Forget my past. I went to Krishna and asked him, hey, Krishna, can you change my past? He started crying. He said, I can't change my past. How can I change your past? You saw lage raho munna bhai na? अरे जो अपना भविष्य कुछ नहीं बना सकता तेरा भविष्य क्या बताएगा रे मामू. Remember that. You can't do anything about the past. You can't do anything about the future. The life is here and now. That is moksha. That is moksha. Having the objectivity, having the capacity to live here and now, free from angularities, is moksha. But we also have to take it in account that when you are playing roles, there will be pressures. There will be concerns. When you knock your hand, there will be pain. Then you jam the car door shut on your little finger, there will be pain. Going up to as many hells as possible, there will be pain. Pain is inevitable. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Dukkha is inevitable. I am dukkhi is your conclusion. Freedom from dukkhi is moksha. Freedom, you cannot have freedom from dukkha. They will come and go. Agama, apayi, anityaha. Handle them. There have been, why do saints do this? It's only vulnerable. A Vishwamitra slept. Vulnerable human. The raga dveshas are so powerful. Your obsessions, your likes and dislikes are so powerful that they tend to run your life. So you don't condemn your past. Yeah, let's say last week I made a big mistake. I made a commitment which I couldn't keep up. So what do I learn from today? I learn from today, I don't condemn myself for the mistake I made. I am alive, that I am an inclination to make such commitments. I will hereafter be mindful. I won't even say I won't make those commitments because I may still make them. I'll only say I'll be more mindful. I realize that I am a vulnerable being. I continue to be a vulnerable being, but I am integrated. I am together as a person. I am integrated as a person. I am together. See, this namaste is the beauty. I am together as a person. I am together as a person. I'm tempted to quote a nice song, I'm tempted. In this platform, I once did a program only on songs. I'm tempted to quote a song. Okay? समझे ते साथ देगा किसी का सुहाना हम खुली जो नजर तो देखा तन्हा खड़े हैं हम. You are dependent upon so many relationships. Then reality dawns. तन्हा खड़े हैं हम. You are all alone. तन्हा खड़े हैं हम. दिन ही रहा है कम. I don't even have the time to correct it. The time is now. The time is now. Correct it now. Don't wait for tomorrow for your Vedanta. Don't wait for tomorrow Vedanta. Hey, Monday morning I will join. Join now. Start Gita study now. There are two things you should study. Okay, we'll in fact normally on this subject, and our Hariharan Iyer ji is an elder who he knows me when I was from about 6 or 7 years old. He knows me for so long. I'm deeply touched that he considers me fit enough to come and talk in this forum. It's a blessing. It's always been there. And what I would like to say is, let's remember something very, very clear. I don't even know whether I will be alive another 10 minutes from. Why 10 minutes from? It's 1804. I don't even know whether I'll see 1806. But something keeps me going. What? Bhakti. I know I have Shraddha in Ishvara that will keep me alive as long as my agenda goes. There is an agenda. My agenda is I want to complete 169 talks of Bhagavad Gita covering chapter 11. I want to cover 7 more chapters. Ishvara willing, Krishna willing, I will come. If he doesn't let me do it, it's no big deal. It's Krishna's problem, not mine. I'm talking his business, not my business. So that's something. Agenda. And I also do not want to color my present with the. I've made a lot of mistakes. In fact, I make innumerable mistakes. I've spoken too soon, too often. I've been harsh sometimes. People have been judgmental. But never mind. The only thing I want to carry it, I want to be free from any kind of conflict. When I say study, we should study the Bhagavad Gita as an undergraduate course. All of us should study. Thereafter, if you have the time, please go for a graduate study of Upanishads. And if you still have the time and the inclination, go for a postdoctoral study of Brahma Sutra. Side by side, please learn the Puranas. Lovely stories available there. I'll tell you, I'll close with a story, okay? Lovely stories available there. Read the Itihasas. Read the Itihasas. You will understand how Rama lived. Rama, Mahavishnu avatar came to earth. He faced all the problems that a human being would face. So even if Mahavishnu comes to earth, you will have to go through Konimar. On your, you will be elbowed in your ribs. Okay? Even Rama has to, even Krishna had to go through. Krishna could never get in touch and marry the person he loved, you know. Somebody married him for ego. That's a problem. That is Krishna's problem. So you have to face. So we have to face the Purana. We have to understand the Puranas, Itihasas, and if you are serious about study, there are Prakaranas. Prakaranas give focused study on certain subjects. This is called the Vedic tradition. This is the Vedic tradition. And the world is out to destroy this Vedic tradition because of only one reason. Because the Vedic, I don't like to call myself a Hindu, I'm a Vedika. The Vedika is told, think for yourself. Whereas the rest of the beliefs say, don't think, believe. My Guru says, believe up to a point, thereafter question me. Swami Dayananda has personally told me, challenge me. But before you come to challenge, you learn well, because I am quite a capable guy. I personally sat across there has been occasions in Germany where Swami Dayananda used to talk and our Adyar Sahib has translated into German for the German audience. It's an amazing work. Swamiji used to say, challenge me, man, if you can. If you can challenge. Swami Atmatriptananda used to say, challenge karo yaar. I don't have all the answers. That's why people are out to destroy this tradition, because it wants you to think independently for yourself. If somebody says, I am Krishna, please ask a question. Krishna, please give me a proper explanation. Is it your name and form? There is a beautiful story which says, it says a beautiful story when Shankara was going to Kashi, there was a Chandala who came in front. So Shankara said, Gacha, gacha, move out of the way. So the Chandala said, you want to body the move from the body or the soul from the soul? What deha, what sharira you want to move or atma you want to move? Shankara prostrated and out came Manisha Panchakam. Parvati asked Shiva, hey, why is it that you are only blessing the people who are doing well and the poor people are not doing well? He told her, do something. I want to build a small brick oven. Go get some bricks. So Parvati went around and tried to bring bricks. She brought it from households which were not properly constructed. He said, why did you bring it from those households? Why didn't you bring it from those houses which were properly constructed? He said, how can I destroy something so beautiful? Exactly. If you have lived your life properly, there is no problem. If you have lived your karma properly, if you have done your karma properly, there is no problem. If you have not done your karma properly, outcome will be like that. The entire tradition is full of stories. It is, base layer is Bhagavad Gita. On top of it, you have Upanishads. Then you have the Brahma Sutra. The foundation is the Gita, in the Veda, all four Vedas. So 4, plus you have Purana, you have Itihasa, you have Prakarana. It's a 7-layer infrastructure coming straight from Sadashiva Samarambham. Let's be aware of this. So when I say I am walking into the sunset with my elegance and dignity intact, I have done my best to the society. I have done my best to the children. I continue to serve. Personally, I don't have an agenda. I don't have any. My only agenda, if I can, is to complete so many more chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. No other agenda. Even that is Krishna's agenda, not my agenda. And walk gracefully. Take your physical limitations in stride. Take whatever comes in your stride. Never let the smile go away. The smile will never go away as long as you are hooked on to Ishvara in Bhakti. So this is what I wanted to share with you. There is the entire...
I have a question.
1 minute, yeah. The entire bird's eye view of our Vedic parampara I have brought it. And I'll tell you how I got it. This morning, 4 a.m., Sri Swami Atmatriptananda, who attained Samadhi last year, he appeared. I touched his feet. He laughed and said, Masti karo bacche. Exactly, it has happened. The teacher has spoken through me. I have not spoken a word. It's come from the teachers. Yeah, Devut, you can ask your question.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just wanted to ask you, even if I talk about me, if I have learned all the Mithya Jagat ka knowledge I have, but not of Puranas and Shastras much. And if I have, if I'm, means in a switch of a moment, I became that there was an incident and I became judgmental. So how to say sorry to my guru? One.
Okay.
Secondly, how to, yeah.
Yeah, first thing, when you say, I became judgmental, make it an objective statement. That means my viveka was not working.
Ji.
So you could identify something which didn't work properly. You have to see that you are hereafter mindful.
Ji.
Then always remember, an apology has 3 parts.
Ji.
I am sorry. I am at fault. Tell me how to correct it.
Ji. Right.
So go to whoever you hurt and tell him all 3. I am sorry.
Sure.
It was my fault. Please tell me how to correct it. And if that person is angry with you for some more time, please tell him, please be angry, but remember FIR. Come back to me. Recover quickly.
Sure. I'll do that.
FIR. You can tell them FIR because there's something called FIR.
Right.
See, I can understand the intensity of your anger, but recover and come back to me quickly.
Ji.
Second thing is,
yeah. Second thing is that in this being judgmental, did the real was I egoistic thinking that I am correct, which I was not? now when I hear you.
See, let's understand something. When I'm saying judgmental, when I'm being egoistic, the moment I am objective, rather than say I am judgmental, you can say this role was judgmental.
Okay.
You played various roles. You were playing various roles. You are a wife, you are a mother, you are a friend. These roles were not judgmental. One role in relation to one particular person was judgmental. You said that role was judgmental because the
जी
script was not understood properly.
जी
Ishwara, may I take the initiative to iron out the differences?
and also apologize.
May I be more mindful?
Yeah, and also apologize.
Yeah, exactly. This is how we sort. Every problem has a solution. In fact, problems are only in fact, according to Vedic literature, there are no problems. There are only issues.
Yeah,
Because I
but
want a particular result, I make it a problem.
one more question.
Yeah.
We take गुरु as God. जैसे आपने एक दिन कहा था गीता के इसमें गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके
हाँ.
लागू पाए बलिहारी गुरु आपकी जो गोविंद दियो मिलाए. So
हाँ.
Guru is equivalent and more than Gobind, right?
Yeah.
Means
This,
first I praise my Guru, then I praise my Gobind because Guru only showed me the way to Gobind. So so can any time, any minute, any second, can a Guru go wrong? If he goes wrong or something like it, if he feels or means I really don't know. Can a Guru be wrong? Can God
see,
be wrong? Like
it's something like this. See, we have to understand the Guru is in a vulnerable human Sharira.
जी
And the Sharira can have pressures.
जी
So if the Guru goes wrong,
जी
I don't sit on judgment on the Guru. I only pray to God and say, may I accommodate also this. But that's when I lift myself to Ishvara.
जी
I don't sit
जी
on judgment on the Guru. See, there are occasions. I mean, both of us, we have seen Swami Dayananda in close quarters. I've seen Swami Atma Triptananda in close quarters. There have been issues when we have seen the vulnerability of the people. But I don't sit on judgment.
जी
I know my Guru.
Is it that I was wrong being judgmental?
Perfectly okay. As long as adharma is something that a person who abides in the reality can never ever be adharma. There cannot be adharma.
जी right, exactly.
There won't be adharma. But in the
Exactly.
field of dharma, I could have put. I could have forgiven somebody who, in
जी
your opinion, does not deserve that.
Sorry, madam. Now, I'd like to interrupt.
Thank
If
you.
you want to discuss more, you'll have to contact Mr.
Yeah.
Mohan Krishnan. This meeting is now shortly going to end. Thank you very much for asking this question. Mr. Mohan,
Om
you
Namah Shivaya.
did a wonderful job. Thank you very much for your talk, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thank
And
you.
as soon as, if you can give me the recording as a link, I will distribute it to a lot of my people.
Yeah, it'll be available. I'll send it to Dr. Adyar.
Okay, yeah. If you send it to him and it will reach me, I will see that it's available to many of the people who come to my sessions.
Yeah,
okay.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you so
Om
much.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah
Thank you.
Thank you so much.